I did some reading during the week on surfboat history, and it was interesting to remember that surfboats were actually used in rescues. So if the swimmer with the belt and reel was unable to get out the back, then they would deploy the surfboat. And of course, with IRBs now in, the surfboat's no longer used. But such is the love for rowing by the members and the crews that surfboats are still here today. Just a funny little anecdote I wanted to share, which probably some of you know, but I'm sure there's a few that don't. Back in the day, for the club to work out who was going to row the surfboat, they would line all the members up in a row and throw house bricks at them. And those that didn't duck became boaties. So it's a tough sport, and they are tough people, boaties, but none tougher than Darren Hocking, Hocko as we know him. So there he is. It's really good to have him back in the club, and as some of you may or may not know, we've gone from one boat crew this year to 3, potentially 4 maybe. But I'm really proud to say that Darren's managed to put together our very first female boat crew, which is fantastic. So thank you. I'm now going to call on Graham Smith, who would like to say a few words on behalf of Kite Rocks.
Graham Smith, I'm a life member of the club. I'm not going to say much. The reason I'm going to give a quick one is that I transferred here from Port Malunga in, I don't know, 78, 79, something like that. And Darren was a young bloke here, and he'd just taken over as club captain. The club was in dire straits. We had a fairly low number of patrolling members, a couple of wrecked surf boats. And Darren would have been about 20 or 18 or 20 then, and I was, I don't know, ex-copper. I was about 32 and just got out. And Darren decided that we were going to go for a row. And it was Easter of 1980. All southern Australia was breaking at record heights from Margaret River right across Victoria. And we had a boat called the Misfit, an old boat I'd rowed at Port Malunga. And so out we went. It was huge. One of the things I remember in my 79 years on this earth, that's like shit. Out we go, do a turn, Darren falls out, tried away, Darren fell out. Is Fitzy here? Fitzy, I'm not sure Fitzy whether you jumped out or was thrown out. Seabert jumped out, and Frank and I rode the boat sideways to the beach, bang. Now for a young bloke of that age, to be able to handle a boat like that, he then went on to about 5 or 6 years as club captain. We really needed a good, solid surf man here because we were one of the few surf clubs in South Australia. John would agree, John Brown. A good lad, lots of guts. He says he's going to do something, he does it, he's still here. And for a bloke of my age to see, after all these years, that Darren has got 3 surf boats going makes my day. Fitzy will tune you in into what Darren's done in the way of boat rowing, because he's had a lot more to do at Headley than at Kite. Fitzy.
Thanks, Smithy.
Right, sorry about that. I'd like to talk to you about a good mate of mine, Darren Hocking, or Bulldog to me, and Hocko to many. He was named Bulldog for his furious style of playing footy, where he'd dominate the back pocket at the Henley Footy Club and was like a bulldog, not letting any ball pass him, and he would not back down to anyone. Hocko started his surf lifesaving journey as a nipper at Henley, He always loved the beach and more the surf. Hocko first came to kite with his dad Michael in 1976. You were rostered to patrol both Saturday and Sunday back then, so everyone stayed overnight. He soon developed a love for surf and the kiting club. The first time he rode a surf boat was after midnight one night, when the patrol of the day decided to go and check some cray pots out the back. They were short of a rower and soon recruited a young Hocko to row in the stealth of the night. This was the beginning of his rowing career. And by the way, 3 crays were caught that night. Sometime later, Hocko and some of his mates were sitting around the club at Henley when Trevor Hocking, over there, walked in and said, "What are you ragheads up to?" Hocko replied, "Nothing." "You better jump in the surf boat then." Hocko's love for surf boats started then and it continued to this day. As Kyneton did not have any competing members then, he rowed and swept for Henley. He would train at Henley and spend any spare time at Kyneton patrolling and doing any work around the club needed done. Because of Hocko, Henley continued its sister club relationship with Kyneton and many of us became dual members. We would train hard at Henley, come down to Kyneton and train in the surf, and then party hard at the Crown Hotel or any party going on. I remember a night coming back from the Crown in Johnny Taylor's 4x4 rage cage, and he drove the car straight down the hill behind us there. And Hocko instructed us all to pack the back so the car wouldn't nosedive. We eventually made it to the bottom without incident. Hocko was very much a leader and rallied us all to help repairs around the Kyneton Club, installing the new sprinkler system, fixing hot water heaters and replacing them, running a new pipeline down the Johnny Taylor Hill, and any jobs to keep the club functioning. He was also instrumental in organisations of the famous Kyneton New Year's Eve show, which were very successful. We all certainly learnt our rowing surf trade at Kyneton. We'd always hassle Jimmy Muffman Miller to take us out in the huge surf, and he would have us all broaching all over the ocean. We crashed the old Kyneton boat, the Misfit, on the Kyneton reef and ripped the hull out of the bottom, and the boat never floated again. One day we cleaned up some surfers out in the dump, which is down that way, and faced an angry crowd of bunch of surfers on the beach, and Hocko just reminded them who ruled the ocean, and it was not them. And if they did not like it, we'd sort it out in the Crown Hotel. Hocko was club captain for 8 years, from 1980 to 88, and he was club champion 5 times. He was awarded a life member of Kyneton Rocks Lysholme Club in 1989. His first ever carnival happened to be at Boomer Beach, and he was truly hooked after that. His sweeping began by accident when the sweep couldn't make training because he had too many beers. So Tony Park suggested Hocko give sweeping a go, as there was 5 in the crew. Hocko's first swept a junior crew, which were the same age as him. They won a silver medal at Christie's Beach that year, and Hocko and I, whilst rowing seniors, were each sweeping a junior crew at Henley. We travelled to Victoria for a carnival and decided to take our junior cruise. The day before carnival was a beautiful 5-foot glassy wave breaking in Anglesey. Hocko had his crew at the back on a crowded beach and cracked a huge wave. And as he came in, his wooden sweeper broke, breaking his nose. He broke sideways through the swimmers without hitting any. He did a re-entry and come straight into the beach, and he received a standing ovation from many people from the beach. He has continued to sweep a road, picking up numerous medals in various divisions, one being in the open boat in 1982 as a rower, and then later breaking the drought for Henley 32 years later by taking out the men's open boat and states as a sweep 2018 and 2019. Since 2010, he has represented the state in 14 consecutive years, as well as making the state team as a rower in 1982. 15 state team is a pretty impressive bag for anyone. He has won numerous gold medals in the state finals and has medalled in each division. bronze medal in the ASR Open competition for reserve men. He has made several Aussie semi-finals, but finally cracked a final with the Kyneton Rocks Monsters in 2022. He was awarded life membership at Henley Lifesaving Club in 2016 for his successful years as boat captain and his tireless work around the club at Henley. Henley's next surf boat should be named after him also. Hocko's commitment of running a business and living in Ceduna and getting back for surf boat season shows his absolute love for surf boats. During the summer, he'll be doing all the maintenance on surf boats, oars and trailers. He, over a long period of time, donated money to both Henley and Kyneton and organised countless other sponsors. He has also helped the ASR out with maintenance to trailers and motors, building the starting system surf boat siren, and is an unofficial key surf advisor for the state. His other two passions in his life are his two beautiful daughters, Caitlin and Rachel, who live in Whyalla. He loves catching up with them as often as he can. Later in his life, a third love interest is involved, being his lovely partner Lindy, who is now as important in helping him with surf boat life. He's even going on romantic holidays and getaways and doesn't swear as much. Yep, the bulldog has transformed into a butterfly. He has decided to get Kyneton back on the competition map and over the last years has reinvigorated Kyneton's boat area. Instantly being successful, getting a crew on the state team, winning a state medal and making the finals at the Aussies Australian Open. He has won the state sweep of the year numerous times. Congratulations, Bulldog, on the naming of the Hocko boat, and good luck with whoever who takes the ocean with her. No surf too rough. Thank you.
G'day everyone. For those that don't know me, I'm Goldie, or Kate Reynolds. I was a clubby at Glenelg for the majority of my life, but joined now at Goa and Southport. So I've known Hocko for many moons, so it's very much a privilege to be here at Kyneton to do this for you guys today. So whilst a surf boat is not your typical boat or ship, it is still a seagoing vessel, and today we're going to pay tribute to the traditional rituals that go back to the early days of the Vikings, where boat christenings or naming is meant to bring good luck to the vessel and to all those who sail upon it. These rituals were performed to appease the god of the sea, King Neptune, also known as Poseidon, or Huey, better known to all of us, to guarantee good luck and safe voyages. As this is a second-hand boat and involves a renaming, the ceremony will have 4 parts. We will be asking King Neptune, who keeps a ledger of all vessels that sail upon the sea, to strike from his ledger all previous owners of this vessel and replace it with the new. So the 4 parts are 1, the cleansing of the boat; 2, invocation, gratitude and blessing of the boat; 3, supplication and denaming; and 4, rededication and renaming. So during the ceremony, I will be calling the god of the sea, King Neptune, and the various wind gods. At the end, I'll call on all of you to either raise your hats or glasses as a final cheer. So boats are thought to have their own soul, and when a boat changes hands, its soul needs to have any old wounds washed away and restored, ready to start its new chapter. Therefore, before we can give this vessel a new name today, we must first purge it of its old wounds and remove all dark energy and bad luck. To do this, I'm going to use a sacred act of smudging, the act of burning the herb sage, which has been used for centuries to transmute negative energy and create a state of balance, peace and harmony. Maybe I should get Hocko to do it, he can cleanse himself. this vessel for your former service to its previous captains. But we now hereby wish all previous spirits of this vessel goodbye. We now release all past and dark energy and ask you to float away and into the deep. I'm working hard today. In the name of all who have sailed aboard this vessel in the past and in the name of all who sail aboard her in the future, we invoke the ancient god of the sea, King Neptune, to favour us with his blessing today. O mighty King Neptune, King of all that move in the sea, we offer our thanks for the protection that you have offered to this vessel in the past. We voice our gratitude that she has always found shelter from the tempest and storm and enjoyed safe passage to port. We hereby acknowledge and give thanks to the previous owners, the Fairhaven Surf Lifesaving Club, and today we welcome its new owner, the Kite and Rock Surf Lifesaving Club, and its new name, the Darren Hocko Hocking. I now call on King Neptune to remove all previous names from this vessel. O mighty and great ruler of the seas and oceans, to whom all the ships and who venture upon your vast domain, we are required to pay homage, implore you in your graciousness to purge for all time from your records the previous owners of this vessel, which have now ceased to be an entity in your kingdom. We hereby ask for it to be struck and permanently removed from your records and archives. We ask that when she is again presented for blessing with her new name, the name that she shall be recognised by and shall be accorded once again in herself the same privileges that she previously enjoyed. In grateful acknowledgement of your generosity and dispensation, we offer these libations to your majesty and your court. Can I please ask our new captain, Darren Hocko Hocking, to pay libations by King Neptune for hereby removing all previous names of the vessel from his ledger by offering, not champagne, stones. There you go, traditional wine. Drink. To the east and to the west. I now call on King Neptune to rename this vessel. O mighty and great ruler of the sea, to whom all ships and we who venture upon your vast domain are required to pay homage, we implore you in your graciousness to take unto your records and reallocate this worthy vessel hereafter and for all time to hereby be renamed the Darren Hocko Hocking. Please guard her with your mighty arm and trident. Keep her safe throughout all her journeys within the realm. In consequence and in good faith, we now seal this pact with libation offered according to the hallowed ritual of the sea. In appreciation of your generosity, dispensation, and in honour of your greatness, we offer these libations to your majesty and to your court. I'm going to do it again, Hocko. So I again ask Hocko to pay libations to King Neptune for now adding your name to his ledger by offering more stonies to the east and to the west. Thank you. I now need to call on the wind gods to help protect this vessel. Captain, as I call on each god, can you please pay your libations to that god? As I now call on mighty rulers of the winds, through whose power our frail vessels traverse the wind and faceless deep, we implore you to grant this worthy vessel now named the Darren Hocko Hocking the benefits and pleasures of your bounty, ensuring it of your gentle ministrations according to our needs. I call upon Great Boreas, ruler of the north wind. Grant us permission to use your mighty powers in the pursuit of your lawful endeavours, ever sparing us the overwhelming scourge of your scalding breath. Great Zephyrus, ruler of the west wind. Please grant us permission to use your mighty powers in pursuit of your lawful endeavours, ever sparing us the overwhelming scourge of your wild breath. Great Eurus, ruler of the east wind, please grant us permission to use your mighty powers in the pursuit of our lawful endeavours, ever sparing us the overwhelming scourge of your mighty breath. And finally, Great Notice, ruler of the south wind, please grant us permission to use your mighty powers in the pursuit of our lawful endeavours and sparing us the overwhelming scourge of your frigid breath. God of the winds, please nurture and care for the Darren Hocko Hocking through hazardous seas and winds. As the mood of the seas change, we ask that she be given strength to carry all who row within her safely back to shore. So if I can get everyone ready to give a cheers and raise your hat or drink when called Hail King Neptune. Spirit God of the waters, great and small, on this vessel by your grace. Allow our sons and daughters to all pass from port of hailing to port of call, and on these sailings subject make your gentle blessings fall. You who cause the seas to rage or lie in sweet repose, please list to us mariners here, your servants of the flows. This vessel, the sweep, the crew, and all of those who love the sea will follow where thee goes. King Neptune has now hereby recorded that on this day, the 20th of January 2024, and forevermore, this boat is formally named the Darren Hocko Hocking, and may King Neptune and the spirits of the ocean bless her and all who row within her. So please raise your glasses or hats, and here's cheers to King Neptune. Cheers. Here's cheers to Darren Hocko Hocking. And here's cheers to all of us. Thank you very much.
We're going to go back to building. Why is
Hocko's got to speak now.
finish?
Never been a very good public speaker, but really nice to see everybody here. Tad emotional, but no doubt. Thanks very much. Really a privilege. It's what every boat sweep wants to think about, a boat named after him one day. I do love the sport, I do love the club, and plenty more years to come yet, by the way. It's not over for a while, but thanks very much for coming and making the effort. And I'm going to ask the boat crew now to get their asses into gear, and we're going to chuck it in the water and do what we do best, okay? Thank you very much.
Chris.
For your attention, what we're going to do is they're going to take the boat down the sand hill, they're going to take it out for a row, and we can stand on the cliff face and applaud them. And then there's going to be refreshments back here afterwards for everyone's welcome and invited. Go for it.